On September 10th, 2024, Nikon announced another non-S-line f1.4 lens following the 35mm f1.4, and that is the Nikkor Z 50mm f1.4. I have some interesting thoughts and speculations on what I think this lens is and what it will be, but first, the fun dorky details. The Nikkor Z 50mm f1.4 is a full-frame lens, but is compatible with DX, which would give you a 75mm focal length. It has an aperture range of f1.4 to f16 and no aperture blade information listed. Thanks Nikon for making my video great. I'm going to assume it's 9 rounded aperture blades because that's the usual formula. Anyway, it's built with 10 elements in 7 groups. It weighs basically 15 ounces or 420 grams if you live in a country that's never walked on the moon. It will focus at 1.22 feet or 0.37 meters minimum if you live in a country that doesn't have the most powerful economy in the world. And dimensionally, it's 3 by 3.5 inches or 74.5 by 86.5 millimeters if you live somewhere where the minimum requirement to lead isn't to be 4,200 years of age and be bad with money.
Come on. You are fake news.
But with this lens, you can be bad with money because a launch price of $496.95 is not going to set you back all that much, and that segue deserves a like and subscribe. Now, I'm not loved enough by Nikon to get things early, so for now I can only speculate on what this lens is, but I have some thoughts. After this video, watch this video up here in the corner because this will make more sense. One, I think it will be basically exactly the same as the 35-1.4 with only a few points otherwise. What will this 50-1.4 versus 50-1.8S have in common with the 35-1.4 versus 35-1.8S? I assume it won't be as sharp, contrasty, or fast autofocus-wise as its S-line brother, and I imagine that fringing will be really bad as it is with the 35-1.4 because it lacks the S-line corrections for it, and you will definitely want to avoid scenarios that encourage fringing like heavily backlit scenes. It's not an issue if you use flash like an adult. That's a joke. I also imagine that wide open, it will not share the usual sharpness wide open that we have come to expect from Nikon Z lenses, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I learned from testing the 35mm f1.4 that at 1.4, it looks pretty much like every f-mount lens did wide open. That was usually the weakest performance of those lenses. Nowadays, we have clinical sharpness wide open, but if you miss the unique dreamy soft character from back then, this could actually be a good thing for you. How will it differ from the 35-1.4 versus 35-1.8? I think it will actually be better because the 50mm f1.8S is better than the 35-1.8S. It's not breaking news that Z Wade isn't the biggest fan of the 35mm f1.8S. I think it's a fine enough lens, and for some reason it's priced at what it's priced at. Therefore, the 35mm f1.4 being only $100 less, it's overpriced as well, just like the 1.8S. I'm still waiting on the 35mm f1.2, but I'm actually kind of scared now because Nikon seems to be making pretty lackluster 35s right now. Their 50s though, they are awesome. The 50mm f1.8S, that is the opposite of the 35. It is a great price to performance ratio. That lens is really, really fantastic. So the 50mm f1.4 being only $100 less, inherently, probably a great cost to performance ratio, assumed. The 50-1.4, like the 35-1.4, it may be better to spend the extra $100 more for the better optics, if that's your thing, but that is for you to decide. If you are going to buy this lens, link in the description. But in conclusion, I could be totally wrong with these assumptions. That is why I will test this lens. I'm on a journey to test every Nikon branded Z-mount lens on YouTube and give them a grade at zwadephoto.com/theopticexplorer. I've tested most of them already, and you can watch them now. If you don't want to miss the Nikkor Z 50mm f1.4 test and others, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see everything early, consider becoming a full member of the Z Wade Photo YouTube channel. Other ways to support this journey, if you don't want to buy this lens, you can pick up some presets on my website, zwadephoto.com/digital products. Link will be in the description, or you can share this channel with a friend. Let us know in the comments if you're interested in this lens. I'm Z Wade, the Z Wade, and Z Wade Photo. Stay sharp, YouTube.